Hey gang, John here at Keys to Fun with another micro lesson. Today we're going to talk about the importance of chords. Chords, as you'll hear me say in the video in a few moments, are kind of the unsung hero of music. I think that we put a lot more stock into the melody because that is where the lyrics are usually attached to. That's the recognizable part of the song. But as I think you'll see in just a moment, particularly for you beginners that are watching, chords are such a benefit to the song. Not only to create a little bit of a layering effect, but also to signify to you accuracy, both in the notes you play and how long you hold them down for. So we're going to talk about two different chords today. We're going to be using the Lowry Easy 3, but this little illustration can be done on all of the Lowry instruments as well as the Yamaha Clavinovas and the CVP series as well. So if you have any questions on any of those, please feel free to make a comment at the bottom of the video, send us an email, give our store a call on the line at the studio here, and we'll be happy to take things a little bit further for you. But this is kind of a cursory overview of chords and why they're important to know and important to practice. So let's go take a look at these chords on the Lowry Easy 3. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of chords. And we spend a lot of time in our lesson program here at Keys to Fun breaking down not only what the chords are, but the functions of chords themselves. And I usually start out a little lesson like this talking about the fact that there are two main functions that a chord can serve. One is it can function rhythmically. You can have a rhythmic chord. And the second would be a chord that can function in a harmonic manner. So you can have a harmonic chord, so a rhythmic chord and a harmonic chord. Now, what is the difference between the two? And don't give me the answer that a harmonic chord is a chord that produces harmony and a rhythmic chord is a chord that produces rhythm, although technically, obviously that is correct. To expound upon that a little bit more, what we mean is a chord that is considered to be harmonic doesn't have any movement to it. So for example, when I turn my easy button on and I play a chord, now right now I have an organ sound on as well as the more button. I'm going to go ahead and turn the organs off for just a second and give you a chord here. Now that chord that's playing, it's a string sound. It has no movement to it. The only time it changes is when I change to play something new in my left hand. Now we'll couple that with a rhythmic, or compare that rather, with a rhythmic chord. Now a great example of a rhythmic chord here, why don't we go with, we'll go with a piano beat here. Get rid of everything but the chord. Now this is a rhythmic chord. Sometimes you hear it, sometimes you don't. What I'm very fond of saying is that you hear it in part of the measure, whereas the harmonic chord, you hear it throughout the measure. Again, here's your rhythmic chord. Okay, and here is your harmonic chord. So the rhythmic chord has movement, the harmonic chord does not. And by virtue of the fact that one has movement and the other one does not, they do two very, very important things, particularly for beginners. One of the reasons that I'm on the Easy 3 here today is that it being the entry-level instrument is usually the first instrument that that students here at our location happen to purchase in the Lowry line anyhow. And we speak a lot about this, how important chords are. I think that we sometimes think of chords as kind of a background thing and the focal point is the melody, but everything is really based upon your chord. So you have this harmonic chord, which sounds like that. We have our rhythmic chord, which sounds like this. And you can have them both on together. So that's something that you might want to check on your instrument is, does your instrument have the capability of playing those two different types of chords simultaneously. Now, I didn't have to use strings. I could have used a choir. I could have used an organ sound. I didn't need to be a piano chord. I just happened to cross those two. But here again, we have the strings and the piano. Now, let's talk about their job from the perspective of a beginner. Now, when I'm looking at this, I'd say, well, the job of the harmonic chord, meaning that string chord that's holding in the background, the job of that chord is to alert your ear to let you know whether you've played the correct note in the right hand or not, or the correct series of notes in the right hand. In other words, when I'm playing that chord in the left hand, that chord, that harmonic chord should, and I hate to use the word in the definition, but that harmonic chord should, quote unquote, harmonize with all of the notes that follow it, whether 2 notes follow it or 22 notes follow it. And if you're holding that chord down, all of a sudden you hear something that sounds sour, well, you got a 50-50 shot. You made a mistake in one of your 2 hands. And obviously, if the left hand isn't called to be changed yet, it's the right hand. Okay, so the job of that harmonic chord in that it quote-unquote harmonizes or sounds good with those notes in the right hand mean that when it doesn't sound good with those notes in the right hand, odds are you made a mistake either here or here. And again, if it's not calling for you to do something new in the left hand yet, then your mistake is in the right. So again, that's the job of the harmonic chord from a beginner's perspective now. When you play the harmony lets you know whether you've played the correct note or not. Now, how about the rhythm? That rhythmic chord, that piano that we hear. What's the job of that piano chord in this case? Well, the job of the piano chord is to let you know how long to linger on each one of those notes. Now, you could have a bass player in there, which I have taken that down. You could have drums, those are down as well. But the job of the rhythmic chord is to let you know how long to hold each note down for, or how long to linger on each note before you go to the next one. Now, is there really anything else? When you're playing, what is your job? Your job is to play the correct notes and hold those correct notes down for the right amount of time. And each one of those different chords give you that. The harmonic chord lets you know if you played the correct note or not. The rhythmic chord lets you know if you've held that correct note, or in a case of a song, a series of notes, down for the correct amount of time. I often joke that if someone were to come in here and say, listen, I have a concert that I'm playing in 20 minutes and I need a quick music lesson. What can you teach me? My answer would be to take their sheet music and I'd say, well, you got to do 2 things here. You got to play all of the correct notes in the correct order, and you need to hold them down for the correct amount of time. And that's basically it. That's how you play any song correctly. Now, I'm simplifying it greatly by saying that, but that essentially is the end game. And each one of those chords help you with that. So as a beginner, having an instrument that gives you the opportunity of both a rhythmic chord as well as a harmonic chord is such a benefit. And the fact that you can choose what those chords actually sound like is a benefit as well, because you can vary the sound. You can really create a lot of variety there by going ahead and changing to the choir or the organ or the piano or the guitar, whatever the case may be. But again, choosing your sounds. On the Easy 3 here, it says left. And these 2 buttons are the buttons where I would access sounds for my harmony. Okay, whereas here, my music styles, when I choose pianist or guitarist, guess what I'm going to get playing rhythm in the background? Either a piano or a guitar. Okay, and I obviously can choose different beats over here as well. But those 2 things acting together and the opportunity to choose those 2 things specifically are really what allow our players here to improve as quickly as they do. Again, the chords are kind of the unsung hero in the song, and an instrument like the Easy 3, the clavinovas do this as well, give you the ability to choose, again, not only your harmony, but your rhythm for the reasons we just discussed. So glad you were able to join us this week. We hope you got something out of the lesson about chords. December is a pretty big month for us at Keys to Fun, as we are introducing our gift certificates, gift cards for the first time. And to kick this off, if you're part of our lesson program, please know that we're doing a special in regards to the gift cards, where if you buy 10 lessons up front, you get a $100 gift card from Keys to Fun that you can use in the future on books, on instruments, or on lessons, future lessons. If you buy 20 lessons from us, you get a $250 gift card that you can use. And if you buy 30 lessons from us, you actually receive a $500 gift card that you'll be able to use in the future. So a great benefit to you if you're taking lessons in our program. You can get a great discount here, gift card wise, by purchasing some lessons in the month of December. Okay, we're also doing some specials on instruments as well. But if you have any questions about any of those, or just the video that you just saw, you can go to our website. Our website is www.keystofunmusic.com. There's a little chat box at the bottom, and you can chat directly with me. You can also sign up on the website to receive these via email, and that way you won't have to continually check our website or our YouTube page. You will automatically be emailed when we do an update. Our updates are generally once a week. And you can also visit our Facebook page. If you go to Facebook and you type in Keys to Fun Music and Lesson Center, we should pop up there. Okay, thank you very much for joining us. You can also call us. I almost forgot to mention that. Our phone number at the studio is 401-277-9800, and our address, if you'd like to stop by, we'd love to see you, is 1665 Hartford Avenue in Johnston, Rhode Island. Thank you very much again. If you have any questions, I gave you all of the ways that you can contact us. I know, as I always say, that your time is very valuable, and I truly appreciate you wanting to spend a little bit of your time with us.